be together has changed based on, like you said, you feel like his purpose is different than yours. You're on two different journeys. Do you think is that your journey because you've awakened to who self love, self respect that you
Who I am
realize
now.
that to who
Awakening.
you are
Yes.
now? Do you think is that your journey because you've awakened to who self love, self respect that you
Who I am
realize
now.
that to who
Awakening.
you are
Yes.
now? That you've realized that though you've created a friendship in this, on this journey, and that you now realize that you're in a pivotal point where you had to make a decision to go opposite.
So the decision came when I left Chicago to come here to reconcile. I left with the intent on I was making my marriage work by any means necessary, or we're going to get a divorce and we're going to live our lives. And so when I came here and we tried to make it work, but it didn't, I had to make a decision to get a divorce, and I had to follow through on what I said. I didn't want to divorce him. I didn't want to not live
Sure
my life
seemed like
with
she
him.
did.
I had to do what I had to do. Right. And so I couldn't emotionally take any more of the healing that he needed for himself.
Absolutely.
So I had to step away.
Mm-hmm.
But me knowing that I had to step away, I knew that I wouldn't be able to come back.
You know what's so cool
That's a
about it
good
is,
point.
yeah.
Because I saw something in what you said, because he said it was stuff that he needed to work out, and you said you couldn't take any more, and you knew that when you left you couldn't come back. Is it because at that point for a man, when you go through a change, do you feel like there was a point of she left, so you weren't there, so because you weren't there through my healing process?
No.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
just asking.
Oh, yeah.
But in 2008, I called you and I said I need you, and
I wasn't there. I wasn't.
you told me you couldn't and you wouldn't. When a man reaches that point, I thought that was the end of my days when she told me that. When he reaches that point, he has no choice but to get off his ass and grow as much as he can. But I have to say, we keep being reactive instead of knowing that this is what we need to do. We don't do this. I need to find out who I am, what I'm made of, on purpose, instead of losing her first and then find out. See, we keep going back to life. Life is going to keep throwing these things at you that that's either going to make you or break you. But we know for a fact that these things will come. And we should be ready for them because they will make us or break us. We need to speak like that, even though we try to keep understanding. We keep trying to understand that, I was going to cry. Go
I
out.
was watching. I'm watching, and I'm like, she's still. I can see the gist of her always being ready, just in her giving you the tissue.
Let's
That
be
says a whole
mindful.
lot.
I'm always ready for her too.
Yeah, I mean, but
I
it's
stay in
evident.
my lane.
It's evident.
Right,
that
yes.
It's from outside looking in. It's evident that you guys have more than just, that you have an appreciation for each other. And that's a blessing, because you don't.
When you find a friend, definition of friend, and then we'll talk about that love thing. Definition of friend. My definition of friendship is the maximum consideration you give to somebody over others. If I don't have anybody in my life, I got to call my friend.
Right.
And she's not, and I had to learn over time, she's not my friend in it for her.
Right.
She's my friend. And if you can get that in a person, even if your marriage doesn't work out, because you find it struggles to understand what marriage is. See, when marriage is not defined when you get together, it is what it is.
Right.
And unfortunately, it's a mess. But if you define it, this is what our marriage is going to be like, and both of you guys agree on it, instead of that day when you say I do. Because that's the only day you agree, is the day when you say I do. You ain't talked about what this is going to look like. You haven't talked about marriage goals. You haven't talked about anything. All I know is I'm happy, I want to be with you, blah, 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 and we're having sex.
So when did that change?
And having
Because
babies.
And when did that change for you? Because you said that there was a point that you felt like she wasn't, and now you say that you know. So at what point did that change?
When I knew her friendship wasn't about me being with her.
Got you.
Her friendship was about my care.
Got you.
But remember, we didn't talk for 2 years. So in 2 years, you get to evaluate everything that took place. At the end of the day, she's my friend. I didn't say she's my friend. She became my friend. When I looked at what makes a friend,
Got you.
as men, definition, math, she's put checks in the box as my friend. I've met people who are not my friend who want to be in a relationship with me. They don't do friend stuff. They don't even discuss friend stuff.
Right.
They just want to be straight ABC, you're in a relationship. That's why I kind of knock women, because they'll go past all that evaluation stuff and just says, you're going to be in a relationship with me.
I understand that now. I didn't understand that before, and I think I understand it now because I realize how you date older than when you were, and we've talked about this before, when you're in your 20s, you know, you're not thinking about all the mature things that mature people think about.
How are you going to do it? Because you're not having mature conversations.
Right.
So you're just learning as you go.
Right.
And that's the tough part about
Yes.
allowing life experiences without talking to somebody who's already had life experiences. And, you know, people says you got to learn on your own. I'm a firm believer that is one of the ways. I'm gonna be nice and say that is one of the ways. That's not the only way. So if there's 6 ways, why not use 5? Why be so emotionally stubborn? I just been doing this so long. I remember asking Davida, are you going to change your definitions now? Even though you had these definitions then for 30 plus years, now that you have new information, are you going to create new definitions?
Yes.
See, we don't want to do that.
And you
we want to hang on to our convictions of our definitions for life.
And that's what people do in divorce.
Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, we're divorced. So the definition of divorce is
Yeah, and usually
by-
everything is cut.
Yeah, you're
You
cut
don't see
off.
people-
No conversation.
Yeah.
Drop the children off, or we'll meet them
Right,
somewhere.
right.
No more communication. No friendship. No building. That's crazy.
I just believe majority of those people don't have a friendship. So.